Oh, hey, everybody. We're going to go over this Jon Jones, Tom Aspinall situation. This is a situation. The UFC needs to step up right now and tell Jon Jones, you're in vacation on Thailand, you're trolling Tom Aspinall. Agree to the fight and start preparing, or we're going to take your title, give it to Tom, and then you can come back and fight for it. You can't hold up the division. But this is what's going on between the two of them. I believe Tom will murder Jon Jones. Tom Aspinall is a freak of human specimen. I fought myself heavyweight, and Tom is. I used to go for it too, go for the knockout, get knocked out or get knocked out, and Tom wants to separate you from your consciousness. That's what he's coming to do. He's coming to knock you out. He's got fast hands, fast quick, good submission, good kicks, good knees, good elbows, good takedown. He's got, and he's fast as heck, and he hits hard as heck, and he's got very good rudiments of boxing. So this is the situation. Let's watch it.
Could we expect one more rodeo?
I don't know what life holds as far as fighting and competing. I do feel like I'll be a lifelong martial artist, whether I'm coaching others or taking exhibition matches or things like that. There's a lot of great competition still in the UFC. I do view myself as more than a fighter. And being in my position, I feel like I have a lot more options than a lot of the other fighters as far as the ability to leave and return and things like that. And so right now, I'm just focusing on love.
So the problem with Jon Jones is he's got a very big ego. So does every fighter. And his legacy is extremely important to him. I don't think he wants to have the fans see him getting knocked out cold as the end of his career, because that's a horrible thing to watch when you lose and you get knocked out. It's bad. Or he retires and everybody says you ducked Tom Aspinall. So he's cornered right now, and he's got to do one of the two. Retire. Tom will retire him without fighting, or Tom will fight him and beat him. That's what's going to happen. Let's watch it. Sorry, guys.
Happiness, kindness. We're in the quarter century mark. And this year should be a really special year. So this year, I'm saying yes to more opportunities. Hence me being here, meeting you.
So grateful.
I'm glad that I'm doing this. I've been meeting so many great people. I'm saying yes to more opportunities. I'm traveling more. I'm consciously being kinder to people.
This is the thinnest armor ever. Introducing Hyper Conceal.
Jon Jones still hasn't given any real indication that
heavyweight MMA fighter in the world. By default, that also makes you the baddest man on the planet. If you were toe-to-toe with any other man in the world, you could them.
What do they call him? SAS? He's trained to maim and hurt. These people are trained to they want to render you lifeless.
Completely agree, but I do have a counter argument. We are trained to hurt each other. That's part of the sport. They are trained to poke eyes, knee in the groin. When the rules are taken away, who's to say that we can't headbutt them? If we're talking no weapons, you could get any MMA fighter and put him against a SAS special. 9 times out of 10, the MMA guy will come out on top.
And at the center of that logjam is Tom Aspinall. From what we're seeing online, in interviews, and across podcasts, more and more people are starting to say that Jon is avoiding the Aspinall fight for a reason. They believe it's not about rehab, it's not about timing, it's about risk.
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an asshole that I don't want to do business with him. It's just like his fans have been so annoying. And obviously you don't get this far in a career being affected by fans or whatnot, but he's just on my radar. I mean, just a moment ago, it was him and Sergey that was fighting. Sergey could be in this position right now, and I would still be in the same place. I've beat people my whole career, and once I beat them, like the.
See, with the situation, nobody has come around like Tom Aspinall. You've never fought anybody like him. Sorry, your whole career. Even if you were in your prime, Tom would murder you.
The show just goes on. I get that Tom is an exciting fighter. I get that finally, after 16 years, we found somebody who's 7 years younger than me and 30 pounds bigger than me. Like, we finally found someone who may give me a great challenge. And everyone wants to see it so bad. But for me, it's like, what is it? What's in it for me? He changes nothing if I beat him.
Because let's face it, Tom Aspinall is a nightmare matchup. He's younger, faster, sharper. He moves like a middleweight but hits like a heavyweight. He's shown composure under pressure, knockout power, elite grappling, and a calmness that makes him scary.
Who's next big heavyweight star?
Tom Aspinall, the guy who just won the interim title. He's phenomenal. And he is, again, the next the next advancement of the evolution of the sport.
How so?
Well, because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. Like, I've seen a lot of heavyweight, even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem because he's a heavyweight and he's a big guy, a really big guy, but he moves so fast. And so his speed has always been like extraordinary compared to other heavyweights. Like, he just fucking moves in. It's all like fast, explosive movements. So he's got natural speed, but then he's also got a lot of training to execute quickly. So when he moves in, he closes the gap. You can see, like, he's fast for a big guy.
Right.
I want to see it so bad.
John was shitting all over Aspinall, saying that
I think
he was
that's
lucky.
a bad way to go.
He was lucky that he blew his knee out with Curtis Blades because Curtis was teeing off
Doing
on him.
well.
Unless John avoided him, unless John used his wrestling to avoid exchanges, you know what that's all about.
Correct. It's called the Shoud Shutdown.
Shop shut down.
I saw a 7-part
They did with
series on
Cyborg.
it. Yes. The Stipe fight, which is just like, it's a weird thing.
Aspinall's an athlete, man. He's such a good athlete.
Freak athlete.
Very fast. Very fast for a heavyweight.
So fast.
Yeah, but we felt the same way about Cyril Gane, though.
Yeah.
But Cyril Gane doesn't have wrestling, doesn't have jiu-jitsu. Aspinall's like legit on the ground. Very legit on the ground.
So legit that his dad owned jiu-jitsu, Jim. His dad's a black belt. He started doing jiu-jitsu at 2.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Aspinall is past the first round, right? Because we've seen him. He looks so fast. He looks, you're like, nobody moves like him. He looks like a younger Kane.
Right.
But he just keeps knocking these guys out so quick. So I'm like, let me see him past the first round.
I mean, he stops people with submission, elbows, knees, his hand speed. His punches are straight down the middle. They're not these wide looping shots that keep his head exposed. He's very good guarded. Throws very good straight shots, fast, one after another, and he's coming to bring it right from the bell. He's coming at you to knock you out. That's the scary part about this guy. He's not trying to, box with you and go around the ring with you. He's in a cage with you. He's coming to kill you.
To see if he has that cardio as well.
When you put that against a version of Jon that's been sitting out, healing up, and possibly looking toward retirement, it's hard not to see why fans think this fight is being avoided. But from Jon's perspective, it might be deeper than that. He's said it before, his legacy is already set. He doesn't feel like he needs to prove anything to anyone. He's beaten legends, dominated for over a decade, and moved up to heavyweight for a legacy fight with Stipe Miocic. And from his side, there's a feeling that fighting a dangerous, unproven champion like Tom just isn't worth jeopardizing everything.
When he fought Stipe was an old man. Totally looked old, moved old, past his prime. Fighters have a certain amount of fights in them, and every fighter's different. Jon should say, I'm retiring. I'm an old man in a young man's sport. I've, been the champ for over a decade. I've put on 11 title defenses. I'm not willing to risk my legacy of being knocked out cold with this young guy. Hey, Tom, I give it to you. Take over the belt, and good luck with your career. That's what he should do. But his pride is having him hang on to it, and his pride is going to get him knocked out.
Thing he's built.
And of course, it's been pretty interesting, all the stuff that Jon Jones has been saying to the media this week, and I'm sure there's more to come, but check out these.
You're beating guys who aren't even champions, and you consider yourself a champion. He's not a champion.
So Jon said I need to fight more champions, but this is the problem I've got. Jon is the champion, and he won't fight me. And he says that he won't fight me because it's too...
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store, preloaded.
Most dangerous name in the division.
Jon Jones' legacy is intact, and all the stuff he's saying has been this story that's been going on and on and on and on. But this one, This one I could understand why it may have upset people, triggered people. Did you guys see on his IG Live, he was talking about the accusations that he is a duck, that he's ducking Tom Aspinall. Look, he's doing this reality show with Nathan Diaz in Russia, and I'm told that the money is just absurd. It's astronomical. Get paid, well-deserved, both legends of the game. I totally understand it. But here's the part that I very much disagree with him. It's not about you, Jon. It's not about you. It's not about your life. It's not about your story. If you want to enjoy your life, if you want to be a part of a reality show, if you want to take that money and delay things and hold someone else's dreams back from becoming a reality, that is ducking. That is ducking, because there is a time-honored tradition in this business, in the sport, in combat sports, in fight sports, in sports period, that the whole thing has to move along. It's not about your story.
And even some fighters have gone on record saying that it's time for the UFC to either book the fight or strip the belt. And honestly, they might have a point. Because Tom Aspinall isn't just a rising star. He's the real deal. The way he finished Sergey Pavlovich, the way he keeps improving, the way he handles pressure, it all screams champion. And if Jon Jones doesn't want to fight him, fine. That's his choice. But if that's the case, then the UFC needs to stop pretending this division has a functioning champion.
He's elite as a heavyweight. A lot of the heavyweights, they're good, they're very strong, they're powerful, but they're not as quick and as agile and as technical as Tom. Tom's the whole package. You know, he's like, there's a fighter called George St. Pierre, who's one of the greatest to ever do it. Tom's like a heavyweight George St. Pierre. He's got no weak areas. He's got absolute knockout power, super disciplined, super agile on the feet. He finishes everyone really, really quickly. However, he hasn't gone up against somebody like Jon Jones, because, as I said, the competition in the heavyweight division isn't necessarily there on a technical level. Jon Jones is, and Jon Jones has fought way better competition than Tom. That's just a fact. But Jon's never fought anyone like Tom either. Jon has never fought anyone the size of Tom, and that can generate that kind of power. He had two heavyweight fights, one against Cyril Garner, who took him down really quick and choked him out. And then he went up against Stipe Miocic. He was really good, and you know, he had a good little goal. But he was 42, and he hadn't fought for a while, and he's getting on. Tom's 31, in the prime of his life. And I would be very surprised, and this sounds disrespectful, but I'd be very surprised if he got out the first round.
Tom Aspinall is the one showing up. He's the
So basically he's saying he doesn't think Jon Jones will get out of the first round, neither do I. Leave in the comments what you think, even if 3 people watch this video. Tell me what you think about the Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones. Do you think the UFC is time to strip Jon Jones of his title or make him fight? Is it at that point? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate you watching this video. Take care, guys. God bless, and God bless America. Take care. And God bless MMA.